Hello, everybody. I'm very glad to be here. Thank you to Smartly as well. So back to the French accent. I'm working for Orange, and I'm for the Jingle marketing team. So I will explain you what is Jingle actually, and I will try to give you an idea of why Europe needs a voice assistant and how we at Orange are trying to build such a voice assistant. Okay, I can see that all the design has changed as well. So basically our vision, you won't be surprised about that, but our vision is that within the coming years there will be, voice will be massively adopted in a great extent, and it will become the main user interface. So a few years ago, in 1980s, we had the home computers. Then we had touch screens, and now we are entering the era of voice. By 2020, 50% of all searches will be based on voice. So that's our vision, and of course, we at Orange, we made a detailed analysis of how users were actually using a voice assistant, and it was based on the Amazon Echo in UK. What we could understand from this study is that, first of all, the skills are very focused on a reduced set of important skills. Then it depends, this focus depends on where exactly the voice assistant is located in the house. The favorite place is the kitchen. Then second position, we have the living room, and then the bedroom. Of course, the needs depend on the period of time within the day and within the week. But we also have one major lesson from this study, is that users are really focusing on skills that are faster and easier with voice than with hands. That's a key point for us, telcos, and it explains partly why people are not connecting so many devices to voice assistants today, because it's not straightforward. It doesn't work out of the box. You have to buy devices, specific devices, you have to connect it all together. And that's very important for us telcos, telephone companies, because we have quite a lot of devices already set in the house, and they are all connected together. So it is extremely important to note that smart assistants are the new entry points to the connected world. And that means a lot, and that raises a lot of questions. From the user perspective, of course, it's a new, easy, and pleasant interaction mean. But there is also a growing demand for more control over the data that is used, the private data. We are giving very much to the voice assistants. We are giving our voice, our intents, our emotions. We are giving all our identity. And not only one identity in the household, but all the identities of all people in the household. So it's quite a lot of information, and there is a growing demand for control over that. Also, voice assistants need to be constantly adapted to the local ecosystem, existing devices, local culture, local market, local players, because we have our habits and we want to keep them in a way. For B2C brands, it's a major change as well, because voice assistants are new intermediaries. So there is a new device between the user and the retailer, for example, which means a lot. If your voice app doesn't match the strategy of the global voice assistant, it can be simply declined or removed from the store. It's a new intermediary, and it's a new competition area as well. We telcos have huge opportunities on this market. First, business opportunities. We have a very large customer base, which we can leverage. We have a deep local knowledge of the market. There is a huge, large, there is an extended customer trust in our manner of dealing with their data and respecting their privacy. We have very wide distribution channels with a lot of selling points, and we have a lot of partners knocking the door to build something together. So it's a huge business opportunity. And we have technical opportunities because we are in the middle, in the center of this ecosystem, this emerging ecosystem. First, we have a lot of connected devices inside of the house, and all these devices are remotely managed. Everything is connected. We manage the home network, that's very simply. We can integrate very easily with the telco ecosystem and enablers, calls, TV, changing the program, and so on. The ID management, we have a certified ID. Every data is checked, payment, and so on. And we already have many services to cover all the needs for users around voice assistants. Many services through many partnerships as well. And furthermore, we have a wide experience on voice, on communication, on devices. It's very hard to build a device. It's not the same story as developing a software. At Orange and other telcos, we have a wide experience on that. And we already made some voice assistants in the past. Now, the good news is that in Europe, there is a positive trend on this topic. Several European telcos are on the way to build a voice assistant. There is a strong wish to mutualize means, expertise, to do it together. And Deutsche Telekom and Orange are working together to build a new voice assistant. There are a lot of user benefits, of course. The first one is about privacy protection. As the GDPR requests it, everything will be hosted in Europe. But now I'm talking about more than law. I'm talking about trust between customer and the telco. When I'm talking to my wife to give her some very private or very confidential information, I don't need to sign an NDA so that she won't repeat it in public. I'm trusting her, so that's okay. On the other side, when I'm talking to someone who I don't trust, I won't give any private or confidential information, even if I have an NDA, because I don't trust the person. And that's a key difference. We at Orange, we have built a trust relationship between the customer and Orange over years. We didn't wait for the GDPR to make the GDPR. We have, in our apps, we have something which is called the trust badge, which allows the user to know exactly what data we use, how we use it, and to disable this data collection. We did it before the GDPR. The other benefit is that we are focused on local markets and local players. And our voice assistant will work with existing ecosystem, existing devices. And furthermore, it will be adapted to each country's culture. So now Jingle. Jingle is the name of the smart assistant by Orange. So first of all, it's, of course, a multi-service device. We have a strong focus on delivering the best experience on our core telco services, like calls, TV, and so on. That's our first focus. We are also partnering with many companies to offer all the other services that the user is expecting. And then, of course, we're also working on the long tail of services. For that, well, it's a longer term, and we have many options today to do it. Then, it is important to note that Jingle is a multimodal assistant. It works both with voice and with text. And it will be multi-devices. We will start with a smart speaker, but the intention is to have it in many devices. One of them is the remote controller of the TV. And as you can expect, we already have a lot of such devices in millions. Now, in terms of business models, it's still very open today. Just like other providers of voice assistant, we don't intend to have direct revenues of these voice assistants. Our first intention is to increase the attractiveness of our offer and of our services, is to reach more consumers, to improve the customer satisfaction. That's our first intention. Of course, we will sell the devices and some premium services, so that's the first B2C option. And then, but really that's very open today, we are thinking with partners on more B2B2C business models. That's extremely open today, and we have many discussions with many partners regarding that. And then also, but it's still later, smart data for analytics. Just to give a short conclusion, of course, voice assistants are a new user experience. They offer a new user experience thanks to a very natural dialogue, thanks to the improvements in speech recognition. Thanks to computing power and thanks to network improvements and so on and so on, it's a huge opportunity for us telcos to extend our services offer, to boost the smart home, to increase customer satisfaction, to reach new customers. And the good news is that European telcos are ready to partner. Don't hesitate to come to us, suggest partnerships. We are very open to that at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Didier. Does anyone have question for Didier? Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, right.
I think it's only fair to ask the same question that was asked to Max. When will Jingle be available in the French market? Technical difficulties once again.
Any other question?
I'll just say that thank you very much for the presentation. When it does come out, it'll be interesting. So have you talked yet about all the countries and the rollout model that you're going to do? Because I believe you're working with DT and both the German and French version, but is it going to be a common back end and then that's going to be used across all the languages and cultures? Or are you going to start separating it and so that it'll be somewhat unique in each, even in the back end as well as the front end?
Yes, there will be a lot of common things. I cannot tell you precisely what will be common and what will be not common. There will be differences as well. We are discussing with quite a lot of countries. As you know, Orange has a wide footprint, not only France, but France is our first focus because it's our main customer base.
All good? No one else?
I just want to know if Jingle will be a male or a female. because it's not a human first name, right?
No, it's not. Let's wait and see when it is launched. But it will have a nice voice.
Thank you very much, Didier.